Hi there guys, I'm Nikhil from GreedyTech and this is the unboxing of the Redmi Note 7 Pro. So guys, here's the box and I know I'm pretty late. Well, I didn't get the review unit and I couldn't get it in the first sale. So this is me unboxing this phone almost after 2 weeks. Anyway, this is how the box looks like and it looks pretty unique, definitely different from all the previous Redmi Note series phones, and you get this gradient look on the front. And on the back, as usual, we get the Made in India sticker and some of the highlighting features. By the way, this is the Nebula red color with 4GB of RAM and 64GB of storage. Now without any further delays, let's just get on with the unboxing. By the way guys, this phone is sold in two variants. Base variant is priced at 14,000 rupees for 4GB of RAM and 64GB of storage. Next variant is priced at 17,000 rupees for 6GB of RAM and 128GB of storage. And it will be available in three colors: Space Black, Neptune Blue and Nebula Red. You can buy this phone online exclusively on Flipkart and mi.com. You can also buy it offline in MI stores and MI affiliated stores. So guys, at the top we have a cardboard box and inside that we have a SIM card ejector, and these are the contents. So first we have some documentation, user guide and warranty information, I guess. Next we have a soft silicone pouch in the transparent color. This is super soft and super flexible, and this is the same one we got even with the Redmi Note 7. So if you get the black version, you get a black tinted case, and if you get blue or red, you get this transparent case. We'll look at it in a minute. Now let's look at the phone. And here's the phone in Nebula red color. It really looks awesome. Let me just come back to it in a minute. Going on next, we have the regular same old 10 watts power adapter from Xiaomi. This is not a fast charger. This phone supports fast charging, but this is a regular 10 watts power adapter. Next we have the USB Type-C charging cable. Finally, this is a USB Type-C charging port. Yes, finally Redmi Note series phones come with a USB Type-C port. So these are all the contents of the box. There are no earphones inside the box. So now let's come back to the phone. Now here's the phone with the sticker on the front with the most highlighting features. Mainly the 48 megapixel camera, Snapdragon 675 processor, Full HD Plus display and the 4000 mAh battery. Now let me just peel that off. Now if you look at the screen guard, it has a small cutout for the front camera and it also has a tiny cutout over here. It may be a mistake or it might have a proximity sensor over there. Now going on next. Now on the back, once again we have a sticker with IMEI numbers and SIM card information. By the way, it comes with a hybrid SD card slot, so you can't use two SIMs and SD card all at once. And that's the only con with this phone right now. And this is how the phone looks on the back without any stickers. This phone does have a tiny bit of camera bump to it, and on a flat surface it does wobble. Maybe not a lot, but it does wobble, and with the case we might not see that issue. Now let me just put on the case and see how it is. Now this is how the phone looks with the free case on. Well, it has all the cutouts of the camera module, fingerprint scanner and ports at the bottom, but it doesn't have any raised lip. So even with the case on, if you put the phone on a flat surface, it is landing on the camera and it can damage the camera, and the phone still wobbles a bit. And even on the front, as I've said, it doesn't have any raised lip, so if you put your phone on its face, display will directly get in contact with the surface and might get scratched. So this case is pretty much useless, and I will definitely recommend you to get a better one as soon as possible. Probably faster than getting a phone. Anyway guys, let's have a quick physical overview and then check out the complete specifications. On the back, this phone has a 2.5T curved Corning Gorilla Glass for protection, and underneath it, it has an aura design with a two-tone finish. It has both a pink and a reddish hue to it, and it looks pretty cool. And it also has P2I nano coating, which helps repel accidental liquid spills and light rain. All the openings such as charging port, microphone holes and even the speaker grills are sealed with custom rubberized material to keep any liquid from seeping in. All the IO ports are also protected from dust and dirt. So technically this phone doesn't have any IP rating like IP67 or 68, but it does come with some entry-level water and dust resistance. So that's the first time for Redmi phones, and that's definitely appreciated. Now at the top, it has a dual camera setup with a 48 megapixel primary camera with Sony IMX586 sensor and f1.79 aperture. Following that is a 5 megapixel secondary camera for taking portrait shots. Below that, it has a dual LED flash and an engraving that says 48 megapixel AI dual camera. Following that, on the right side, it has a circular fingerprint scanner, and at the bottom it says Redmi by Xiaomi. Now on the front, it has a massive 6.3-inch LTPS display with Full HD Plus resolution, in the new 19.5:9 aspect ratio. It is also protected by a 2.5D curved Corning Gorilla Glass 5 for additional protection. By the way, this display has 450 nits of brightness and also comes with a dot notch. Now inside the notch, it has a 13 megapixel front-facing camera with f2.0 aperture and 1.12 micron pixel size. Above the camera we get a pretty big earpiece, and at the bottom it is completely plain. Now coming to the sides, on the right side we get the power and volume buttons made of metal, and they are sufficiently elevated and have a nice clicky feel to them. On the left side it has just got the SIM card tray housing a nano SIM slot and a hybrid SIM slot. At the top we get the infrared sensor, 3.5mm audio jack and the secondary microphone for noise cancellation. Finally at the bottom you get two speaker grills, one for the microphone and another one for the mono speaker, and at the center it is the USB Type-C charging port. Now coming to the rest of the specifications, this phone sports a Snapdragon 675 processor with Adreno 612 GPU with 4GB of RAM and 64GB of storage. Now this processor is built using the 11nm FinFET process. It has 2 Cortex-A76 cores clocked at a maximum frequency of 2 GHz and 6 Cortex-A55 cores clocked at a maximum of 1.7 GHz. So this processor is pretty powerful and also pretty power efficient. Now this phone will be running MIUI 10 right out of the box based on Android 9.0, that's Android Pie, and it will be powered by the same old 4000 mAh battery. It supports Qualcomm Quick Charge 4.0, but comes with a regular 10W power adapter inside the box. Now finally, with all these things bundled together, this phone has a thickness of 8.1mm and weighs 186 grams. Now just from initial impressions, phone doesn't feel all that heavy, but it does have a bit of weight to it. Once again, weight distribution is not at its best. So guys, now let me turn on the phone and see what we get right out of the box. Now I'm going to register my fingerprint. Haptic feedback isn't that great, but the fingerprint scanner is super fast. Now it's already done. Now in this page you need to disable all these toggles just to have a slightly better experience and to block MI ads on MI applications. Now that's done. Now these are the two theme options and let's go with the default one. Now the setup is complete. So guys, now the phone is turned on and this is how the phone looks right out of the box. Now this is the default home screen, and on the left side we have the app vault with all these widgets. Now let me just change a few settings. Display memory status in the recent apps page. Now when we go to the recent apps page, we can see the amount of free RAM that we get right out of the box. So out of that 4GB of RAM, we get about 2GB of free RAM right out of the box. Now let's check out the storage section. So out of that 64GB of space, you get about 51.75 GB for your user apps and user data. That is more than sufficient for most people. Now this is the about page. This phone is running MIUI version 10.2 based on Android 9.0, that's Oreo, and it has a February security patch, so that's pretty good. And once I turn on the Wi-Fi, we might see a new update, so let me just do that. So guys, once we connect to the internet, we already got a new update for version 10.2.7 with some performance improvements and security patches. So let me just download that for now, and let's go on checking the phone. Now let's check the camera interface. So this is the new camera interface, and the most highlighting feature about this phone is its 48 megapixel camera on the rear, but right out of the box or by default it just takes pictures in 12 megapixel size. So if you simply open the camera application and take a picture, it will take a picture in just 12 megapixel resolution. And if you want to really take a 48 megapixel picture, you need to go to the manual mode and then do it. That's Pro mode. Now enable this toggle to take a 48 megapixel picture. And here's a quick preview. So we took a picture, and as you can see there is no preview for about a second or two. So there is a bit of shutter lag while taking a 48 megapixel picture. And as you can see there is a bit of lag even in the preview window. So this camera application might also be slightly buggy, just like the Redmi Note 7. Now this is the regular photo mode. Now let's check out the capturing speeds. It is fast but not super fast. As I said, camera application might be slightly buggy. Now this is the default photo mode, and you get a new toggle over here at the top to enable AI mode. That's to take pictures using AI scene detection. Now you can swipe right to change between different modes. First we have the portrait mode. Now once you click here, you get all these different lighting effects, studio lighting effects or whatever you want to call it. Next we have the dedicated night mode. So let's just take a picture. So it automatically changes the exposure time every time it wants, and it does take a bit of time to save and process the image. Now going on, next we have a regular square mode, panorama, and the manual mode. Now for video recording, this phone offers electronic image stabilization, and we can record video in 4K resolution at 30 fps or even at 1080p at 60 fps. It also has slow motion at 1080p at 120 fps and 720p at 120 fps, so that's pretty good. Now this is the interface for the front facing camera, and you get a toggle over here for AI mode. That's AI mode even for the front facing camera. Now this is the portrait mode, and you just get the beauty mode, that's all. There are no studio lighting effects for the front facing camera. Now for front camera video recording, once again we can record video at a maximum of 1080p at 30 fps. There is no 4K or 60 fps option for the front camera. So guys, that's the camera interface, and these are some sample pictures. So guys, now let's test the speaker loudness.
The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah. No, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go.
Hi there guys, I'm Nikhil from GreedyTech, and in this video I'll be talking about all the best features of Oppo K1. By the way guys, I'll be posting a dedicated video for the tips and tricks section where I'll be talking about many things which I won't be covering in this video. So definitely check out that video, link will be in the description. So guys, speaker loudness on this phone is pretty good. It is sufficient, but it is definitely not the loudest or the best I've heard in this price segment. So it is definitely usable. Now let's test the fingerprint scanner. I already set it up. So here we go. Fingerprint scanner is super fast. I guess even Redmi Note 7 was super fast just like this. As you can see, it is insanely fast and probably the best fingerprint scanner out there. Now let me configure face unlock feature and then test it out. By the way guys, this phone is super slippery. I've just placed it on a box and it dropped like 3 times. So definitely use this phone with a case. Now I've registered my face without glasses. Now let's test face unlock feature. It is pretty fast, not the fastest once again. I can see the lock screen pretty clearly, but it is still pretty fast. So guys, in good lighting conditions, face unlock is pretty fast. Like, it is not insanely fast like the Oppo and Vivo phones, as I'm able to see the lock screen, but it is pretty fast, faster than all the previous Redmi phones. Now let's test it in low lighting conditions. Even in low lighting conditions, it is pretty fast. In fact, surprisingly fast. So it takes like a second, but it is definitely usable. Now I'm going to try it with my glasses on. So in low lighting conditions, it is struggling when I wear the glasses, but it still works. It takes like 2 to 3 seconds. It failed this time. Now for some more highlights of this phone. Now let me show you how you can turn on the gestures on this phone. MIUI has one of the best gestures out there. So to enable them, go to full screen display and select this option and then enable this toggle. Now once you do that, now you can swipe from the center to go home, swipe and hold for recent apps, and then swipe left or right from the sides to go back. Interestingly, you can also swipe and hold to switch between the current application and the previous application. So that's pretty cool. So these are the new gestures on MIUI and they are super addictive, so definitely give them a try. Next we have this MI remote app to use the infrared sensor at the top to control TV, AC or anything. And as of now, Xiaomi is the only brand that offers an infrared blaster on their phones in all their price segments. So once again, this is one pretty unique feature of the Xiaomi phone. Now before I conclude, these are the Antutu and Geekbench scores. So guys, this is the new Redmi Note 7 Pro with an all new design with a 2.5D curved Corning Gorilla Glass on the front and back, a pretty awesome looking display, and most importantly a Snapdragon 675 processor, and that too at a price of 14,000 rupees. So if you're someone who's looking for a lot of performance at just 14,000 rupees, maybe you like to play a lot of games, or if you're looking for a phone for long term like 2 to 3 years, then Redmi Note 7 Pro is definitely the best choice right now. So guys, what do you think about this phone? Do let us know by commenting below this video, and if you're planning to buy this phone, please use the link in the description. It always helps the channel, and if you want us to make any specific video, tweet out to us with the hashtag AskGreedyTech on Twitter and I'll try to make it as soon as possible. I'm Nikhil from GreedyTech signing off. Have a nice day.